Hello, it's been a long time since I posted anything about the Earthship, so I'm going to do a little walkthrough tour of the Earthship. Here we go. So, we started this in 2021, and because it's mostly me and Paul building it, it takes quite a while to build. We did hire Redwood Homes to do the framing and the roof, but we're doing the rest, and we're kind of learning as we go. So, here's the greenhouse. There's Paul way over there. Now we have recently discovered we have some roommates here in the Earthship. Here's our tomatoes. Our roommates over here are milk snakes, and we love them. There's two right there, and there was a third we saw this morning. They are very long and very harmless to humans, but they like to eat the mice that live here, and we're okay with that. So this is the greenhouse area, and we have this sort of partition here in plastic separating the greenhouse from the living space. That will eventually be glass and stained glass and bottle walls and things like that look pretty. This is the tire wall. So we have water coming in from the water tanks that are buried behind the house. They are rainwater, and it's gravity fed. This is a temporary bathroom setup. It's not the final production, it's just so we have something while we're here. Bathtub is not functioning right now. We have a little sink, tent where we sleep sometimes, but we don't actually live here on site. We live 5 minutes away in a house. Yeah, so we spent most of the winter doing insulation in the roof, which is not super interesting to look at, but this is some of our insulation. It's fiberglass panels with spray foam in between. It's cutouts from doors. When they cut out a window in a door, they throw away the part they cut out. So somebody decided to sell it as insulation instead of throwing it in the garbage. So that's what we're using. It is not something I recommend for this purpose because we have to cut it to fit in between the joists there, and it's really not fun to cut insulation fiberglass boards. It's just so much dust. We had to have full face masks and suits on so we're not breathing it in. We initially were planning on putting it on the outside, on the under the steel, but on the upstairs outside of the plywood, but we ended up changing our minds for various reasons, which I won't bother going into. There's still some gaps here that need to be filled, but we figured now that the weather is nice, we'll do outside stuff. So this year is the year of the windows. Finally, we will have some glass instead of plastic. The plastic is starting to crumble from the sun exposure. We will have real glass by the end of the summer. We have started building these frames that we will be putting the window inserts right into. They're not prefab windows, they are insulated glass units like this. These are the ones for the upper windows. We have the other ones stored elsewhere outside. So yeah, it's two pieces of insulated glass with the gas in between, the membrane. And those are the upper windows, which will go up there. And these, we do have 4 of these ones that are operable. You can open them up, and those will be over here and these spaces here, up here, and the other underneath will be fixed glass as well. So we only have 4 that are openable, but we do have the side doors, and we do have this in the middle here will be French doors, that will open, and up here in the ceiling we have 3 great big roof vents that will open up, and convection makes the heat rises, and it brings pulls air in through these cooling tubes. As you can see, there's a piece of napkin on there showing that there is nice cold air coming through. These things are buried 30 feet behind the house in the dirt, so the air that comes through is actually really cool. Feels like a fridge. So that's our passive air conditioning. Yeah, so this is where we're at this year. We did some insulation, now we're doing some windows. And yeah, it takes its time. We've had our frustrations of wanting it to be done yesterday, but it just takes time. So we're going to show you the top a little bit. This is where our water comes from. Up here, great big steel roof. These are the gutters. Gutters go into these 3 tanks, which are buried under the ground, and they did not freeze over winter. Our pipes, despite not having insulation or heating all winter long here in Eastern Ontario, Canada, pipes did not freeze. I think we had one day where there was a very thin coating of ice over like a bucket of water. We did empty the tanks just in case, but we didn't really need to. There's a panel rack, one of several that we'll have. We're going to have solar panels there. We'll be completely off-grid, and yeah, no well. And the septic field is over there, so we have a regular septic system. Right now we just have one panel that connects to a little power bank here, which serves us just fine. And we can run power tools and stuff like that. We have a little bar fridge and a stove. But yeah, like I said, we don't actually live here full time. We camp out here sometimes. But anyway, that's our tour. That's our Earthship. We're totally open to, if anyone's local, wants to come for a little visit, that's totally fine. Drop in or send me a message on Facebook or wherever. Yeah, or if anyone wants to volunteer to come help work, we're always open to that. Though it would be camping only, because we don't have space for guests at the house where we're at, but lots of space here. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed the little walkthrough, and that's all. Bye.